I just finished Retreat by Krysten Ritter. You know her as a more of an actor, probably, with Breaking Bad. She's in the new Dexter show, Dexter Resurrection, which is really good. And she wrote a thriller. This is her second book, I believe. It follows Liz Dawson. She is a con artist. She gets hired to put up a painting in this rich woman's villa in Mexico, and while she's there, she decides to assume the woman's identity because it turns out they look a lot alike. Almost like too much alike or whatever, but you have to kind of throw out a little bit of logic sometimes in stories. And she assumes the woman's life, and things start to go pretty bad. There's some red flags, things get a little dangerous. It's under 300 pages and goes by pretty quick, so it's hard to like say exactly what stuff that happens without spoiling anything. But yeah, she gets really dark, and she starts to realize that she's kind of in a bit of a predicament, to say the least. And I really like this. I thought it was overall a solid thriller that if you're looking for something under 300 pages, it's really well paced, then I think it's worth the shot. I think the strengths come from Liz. I think she's a great protagonist, very complex. You get some of her backstory and things like that, so she's very sympathetic. She clearly does some bad shit. She's a con artist after all. There's a lot. She's a really engaging voice for the book. The side characters are well written, but a lot of them are kind of generic. Still enjoyable enough to have them in the scenes and things like that. And the big reveals kind of predictable, but some of them really hit. So it's kind of like a little bit of a mixed bag. None of them were bad, but just some were like, oh, okay, yeah, I kind of see that coming. Some of them, even if I saw them coming, they're just well executed enough to still stick the landing and have that impact that she's clearly going for. There's some glaring things about the story, like how so much of it hinges on things being kind of a coincidence and kind of just luck rather than it being like characters doing things that should be intelligent, and they kind of see it as smart that they're doing, but really at the end of the day it's kind of like too much is played into luck and coincidence. And I think the book could have just been a little bit smarter with how it got from point A to point B, rather than just saying like, all right, this is gonna happen, fingers crossed this person reacts this way, or things like that, and just things kind of fall into place a little too easily sometimes. But yeah, I thought it was overall a solid thriller. It was definitely enjoyable. Nothing to write home about, but definitely worth the read, but just don't put it too high of a priority read either. Have you read it? Or do you plan on reading it? Let me know your thoughts on it if you've already read Retreat. And make sure you follow me wherever you prefer to watch videos. Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube is where I post. And be sure to check out my Substack. I post every Sunday about movies, writing, TV shows, books, all that stuff. And my book, The Huntress the Trickster, is available now. And my second book, my horror novel, is coming out hopefully by the end of the year.